Hi, it's Amanda, and we're making fresh whipped cream today. Take a break from your store-bought and make fresh. It's delicious and it's easy AF. I'm using heavy whipping cream or heavy cream. You'll find it in the store under many different names, but those two are the same. About 1.5 cups. When making whipped cream for the holidays, you can make a lot of it and then just put a beautiful bowl on the table so people can put on their pie, their cakes, ooh, their ice cream, whatever you're serving for dessert. I'm using a stand mixer. You certainly can use a hand beater or a whisk and do it by hand. That might take a little longer, but this, if you have a stand mixer, is the best. I'm using confectioner sugar, about 2 tablespoons. I don't like my whipped cream too sweet. Desserts are sweet anyway. Just a touch of sweetness in this is fine. And I'm using a little bit of vanilla extract, splash, maybe 1/4 teaspoon if you want more. If you want it really vanilla-y, you can scrape some beans and put it in there. And my secret is always a little tiny pinch of salt. It just brings out the flavor, it brings out the sweetness, and it really just adds something that's unique to whipped cream. I promise you it's in all your store-bought. Now, if you don't want to get splashed with cream, you can cover your machine while it's working. So start slow, and then you can turn it up and really get it going. We're gonna cover her up. High speed. It really doesn't take that long. Maybe 45 seconds to a minute, and then you'll start to see the cream getting thick. And we'll check it out. Not yet. I actually can listen to hear when it gets a little thicker. I like my whipped cream to stand up. You can certainly have it soft. It's already almost done. Now, I say take a check in between so that you don't over whip. What happens when you over whip whipped cream? What do you get, everybody? Butter. We don't want butter, we want whipped cream. Okay. So this is nice and soft. So if you want something really soft and really looking like fresh whipped cream, stop here. But I'm gonna take it a little further because I want it to stand up. So I'm gonna keep going. So this is what I would call a soft peak. Now I'm gonna bring it to a stiff peak is what we call it. This is where you really wanna watch it now. You don't want this to turn to butter. It happens really quickly. And I can see now that it's thicker, and you can tell it's hanging on the whisk a little bit more, and in just those few seconds, this got to exactly where we want it. Now, before you take it out of your bowl, taste it. Is this as sweet as you want it? Does it have enough vanilla, enough salt? I love it just like that. You can add some peppermint extract, depending on what you're putting it on. I'm putting it in hot chocolate today, so it'd be so good with a little peppermint. So just get all that cream off. Take your bowl out of the stand mixer and get it into your presentation bowl. It just looks so perfect. Look at that. Stiff peaks, it's standing up on its own without being over whipped. Now what did I do? Really, all I did was add air to the cream. That's it. Nothing fancy. I didn't have to add any other ingredients to make this happen. But you just have to keep your eye on it to get the perfect peak. And that's really it. I'm gonna taste it again to make sure it's good. And then a cup of hot chocolate. And if you're serving something like a hot chocolate, using whipped cream fresh is such a great touch. honestly, I highly recommend it. And you can hold this. This will hold like this for maybe about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the temperature of your room or depending on where you're holding it. If you're holding it in the fridge, if you do hold it too long and it starts to weep, which means separate a little, you can just whisk it back up and it'll come together. Beautiful dollop of whipped cream on top of my hot cocoa. Oh yeah, how about one more? This can go on anything. On pies, on cakes, on ice cream, on hot chocolate, in your face. And that's fresh whipped cream. It's easy AF.